Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today I'm going to talk about 5 Bibles that absolutely blew my mind the first time that I saw them. You can see this stack here represents some pretty incredible stuff. Not all of it is premium. In fact, this one is not originally premium and this one isn't premium, but there are a couple that are. First of all, this one is no longer available. I finally got the opportunity to see my very first Thomas Nelson Signature Series, and I always wondered what the hullabaloo was about, but I figured it out. This Abba calfskin is nice, but really that's not what stands out on this. Really nice spine hub, so this is long before the Premier Collection. 2 double-sided decent 1/8 inch ribbons. The liner isn't an animal skin, it's more of a synthetic vinyl material, but here is where this Bible really stands out. Look at that paper. Now this is the famed paper that was possibly making the workers sick. People were getting cancer and all sorts of things because of some sort of material that's in the paper. So this paper is no longer able to be made, but you can see there is virtually no ghosting in this paper whatsoever. It is incredible. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and compare it to some 36 GSM paper today, which is about the best that Thomas Nelson has to offer. And you can see that there is minimal ghosting in this, but you can see where there's lettering and stuff visible from the other side of the page. So when we talk about ghosting, it's different than bleed through. Bleed through is when the words actually bleed through the page. You can see the ink. This is ghosting, where you can just simply see the shadow of the other side. But when we look at this, there is absolutely, hardly anything there. It's incredible how this paper really has that opacity, and it has similar thickness. I think this is more in the 40s GSM, but still you can get 40 to 45 GSM paper and you're still going to have that ghosting, because whatever process they were able to put this through. And look at that red letter. That's when you can really tell the opacity of the paper matters, is when that red letter looks nice and dark. No show through or ghosting, as they say. It's just absolutely gorgeous. This paper is magnificent. I wish they could still make it, or I wish they could find a safe way to make it for the workers so that we could get this level of opacity again. Because look, you're seeing this is not super thick. This is a personal size. This looks to be about a 7-point font, but it has about the same thickness as this Bible. So the paper isn't making that huge difference. Now, this one was really special when it came out. I don't believe these are available in this cowhide overboard anymore. But the first time I saw this Bible, this is the NRSV CE released by Catholic Bible Press. For a hardback, I was absolutely mind blown by every aspect of this Bible. Loved the ornate cover with the artwork on the front. Really loved that it had the raised hubs on the spine with the little piece of artwork right there on the spine. Just gorgeously laid out. I wish they would have done something with the back, and I hate that they put the ISBN number on the back there. I wish they'd put it on the inside, but yeah, there's a little cost thing there with some perimeter stitching on a hardback. Beautiful. And of course it has a synthetic vinyl liner. But the thing that blew me away about this Bible, this is the first time I had ever seen anyone attempt goffered edges. Now I am sure other publishers had tried it before this point, but I saw that and I was like, wow. And then when you open it, really beautifully laid out, and it has artwork all throughout. Just really beautiful. I just thought this was amazing. But you can see the paper opacity. This is thick-ish paper. I'm going to say mid-30s, but you can see the ghosting. There's something miraculous about that India paper that they made with the Signature Series. But still, beautiful Bible. Absolutely love the layout. I love the wide margins. I love all the things that they offer. This is still available in leather soft, but it is unfortunately no longer available in the hardback overboard. The next one that blew me away was Humble Lamb. Now, this is not the first Humble Lamb I ever saw, but when they went to the full yap and they began to update their 4-edge options, it was pretty well mind-blowing. This is an incredible Bible. Love the spine, the way they wrap it around that Word of God there. I really appreciate they put the Word of God there instead of Holy Bible. It's a little bit different, and it also reminds you are handling the living, breathing Word of God. That full yap, just, that is perfect. And got a little tool line all the way around, a little lion stamped in the cover. Just no detail was spared on this. And then this new, or as they say, oof. That is just beautiful. And then beautiful desert sky color liner with the Sahara blue cover. Love this end sheet here with a marbleized look, and then you get this beautiful layout with subtle drop caps, really nice large font. You have your references and definition of archaic words on the bottom, and then of course in the New Testament you have the words of Christ in blue, and you have the Doré artwork all throughout. Just, this is a stunner. And then the next one that blew my mind. Now this is a different one, and this thing is heavy. I actually did a full review on this that I'll put on the end screen, but this is the Hexapla, the English Hexapla. So this means it has, check this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different early translations of the English Bible, starting with the Wycliffe in 1380, the Tyndale in 1534, the Cranmer in 1539, also known as the Great Bible, the Geneva in 1557, the Reims, which is the New Testament of the Douay-Rheims, in 1582, and the Authorized 1611. Also has the Greek at the top, so you could technically say it has 7 translations, but the Greek is actually the original language. This is just really a super cool resource to be able to see all the early English Bibles all at once. And you have this material in the beginning that kind of explains the history of the Bible and sort of what this is all about. Really cool. And one of the ones that blew my mind the most, you all aren't going to be surprised by this, but it was Thomas Nelson. Now, I've had this one rebound. They do come in genuine leather, and they have leather soft options. But the Maclaren, not only did I love the goffered edges, but the 36 GSM paper and these beautiful blue accents, this large print. I love the references and notes on the bottom. When I first saw this, I always loved the large print thin line. But when I saw them go with the blue accents on this, I was like, this is the Bible I am going to use for the rest of my life. Absolutely blew my mind. I use this to preach every Sunday. I use this to study. This is my primary Bible. And we're not talking about King of Kings Rebinding, which did a great job on this. That's really not what we're featuring here, but if you want to rebind, he's a good one to look to. And then love the poetic settings, love the paragraph format, love the subtle verses that don't get in the way of your preaching and reading. And then of course, when you get to the New Testament, I really believe that Humble Lamb does a great job on the blue letters, but there is something about this blue that just really is soothing and stands out. But I love it. This is a beautiful Bible. So those are 5 Bibles that the moment I laid eyes on them, I thought these things are incredible, and they blew my mind. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nichols Worth.